having to go up against 3 very good classic Mega Man runners. But we will see. Both of these guys here on Rockman 3, so no advantage using a specific version here, since both of them will be using the faster version, as opposed to Mega Man 3.
And again, I think I mentioned this once. Ooh, and they're off. That the anniversary collection's not allowed because there's a whole different new things involved in that game. There are new mechanics. So, and Darkman gets the lead off here on the synchronization.
Yeah, but we'll see
for you.
How they do here. Darkman trying to go for a one-hit in the first screen of Top Man. Very difficult to do. Ends up not getting it, but not too much of an issue here, as both of these players just going through the first screens here. Mr. Cab coming down on Proto here. A very mash-heavy fight, as we're going to be seeing Darkman come into the cat section in a couple of screens. Top Man also known for heavy mashing.
More so than Magnet, right?
Yeah. Magnet just has the one Proto fight. There are 2 cats that you have to jump and mash them down. Ideally, you want to get them in 2 jumps, and then on your 3rd jump, you jump up on the platform, but it's very difficult to do. You saw Darkman having to take a couple extra jumps there.
That's a 4th cycle. Let's see how this one goes. The same.
Yeah, well. 5 jumps it looked like in that second cat, so very, very unfortunate. Really, the advantage in top route, you have to be good at mashing and be good at that last shadow screen to really take advantage of all the time save that you have going top first.
Yeah, we saw the big thing there with Magnet with, the yogurt block section. I have to do that. My one yogurt block call-out section of the match. All right, so they're both entering the bosses here. Magnet has a lot more randomness than Top, right?
Yep, Top is a completely consistent fight. It's the same every single time, but with Magnet, you can see Magnet jumps up, or he can stay down and go basically magnetize against Mega Man, and that's the pattern that you want until you don't have enough health to damage boost anymore. You saw Cab have to wait there.
Yeah, he got hit on a drop down of the Magna missile when he went up top, so that was a little bit of a mistake there. He would have been done sooner. He could have just ran into him. All right, so I guess the 2 stages are pretty similar in length, which is good. Get to see him move on to the next stage pretty evenly.
Yep.
Shadow has the first Proto Man for Darkman fight. See that pretty quickly. See how his mashing is tonight.
Yeah, so we're going to see Mr. Cab here switch to Magnet while Darkman does this Proto fight. Magnet's actually the weakness to Hardman, so you really want to preserve that. So you're going to see him switch to Coil here to kill the 3rd set of bees. Really nicely done there. Darkman with a very nice Proto fight as well. Darkman coming into one of the harder rooms in this game, the Dark Room, but since he is the Dark Man, seems to be doing pretty well in it.
Yeah, it seems, he's not, the idea here is not to get hit, and to not stop, obviously, so to go through that seemed pretty solid there.
Yeah, both of these players are incredibly good at classic megas, so there you won't see a lot of difficulty in mashing from both players. We're going to see Darkman here coming across the most dangerous section. Getting the first slide. The first slide is pretty easy since you have a fairly large window to jump off the platform, but some of these other ones are spaced a little bit further apart, and the parachutes could fall down upon you. So Darkman taking it safe across the rest of the platforms. Definitely what he wants to do in a race setting, but in terms of speed, kind of losing, again, some of the time that he would have gained having done that.
Cab's going to do that section much quicker because he's going to have Magna missiles for it.
Yeah, correct.
I've talked to you about this before a little bit. You're watching your opponent on this race for sure, aren't you?
Oh, for sure. If you're one of these players, you definitely want to see if someone gets ahead or behind from you. It's going to be a very close race, and you really want to keep tabs just to make sure, maybe you grab that extra E-tank somewhere. Maybe you take it safe across a pit section. It's really, really important to keep tabs on your opponent, and it's really an advantage that you can just have for free by watching your opponent.
All right, hardest section, one of the, probably not the hardest, but one of the hardest sections. Darkman's in here, so this is very important for him to get through, especially with kind of the shaky Shadow Man here.
Yep.
It's pretty solid so far.
Yeah. Taking one hit there in the first screen, but otherwise doing very well. You want to make sure that you don't get knocked back from the flame pillars into a pit or anything. A nice proto skip there as well by Darkman. We're going to see if Darkman gets the zip here, and Gemini Man looks like, did not go for it. Just mashed through those eggs.
Yeah. It's not that big of a time save, and, you know, I mean, it's a free thing to go through. You lose a little bit of time if you fail. Ooh,
Mr. Cab. That's actually an interesting room to die in, because usually you just slide through that room and then you can make it.
I just saw the explosion. Pew, pew, pew. I didn't see what he actually died on.
Yeah, he probably got one of his inputs eaten or something. Maybe didn't slide off of one of those platforms. Yeah, you'll see when he comes back into the screen that you just slide through all three, and you can make the first slide from the first platform to the second one.
Yeah.
And now Darkman,
between the two.
One of the most dangerous sections here. Single block sliding.
So, oh no! Oh, right! Oh man!
That's a lot more of a detrimental death than what Mr. Cab had. This screen is a very laggy screen. It looks like Darkman's actually going to be calling 1-800 Marine here.
At least we get to see Marine. That's like every casual player's dream, is to see speedrunners use Rush Marine.
It's even Mr. Cab's dream. Mr. Cab, a big proponent of using Rush Marine here. Oh my god, Darkman!
He's gonna have to go up top again here.
Yeah.
That was tough because he took the weapon energy when he went through the first time, because he died near the end of it.
Yeah, we might see Darkman opt to walk across some of these platforms instead of single block sliding across some of them.
Oh, okay, he got that backwards boost. That's really good.
Yep. You can see Darkman here turning backwards there to make sure.
Smart.
Yeah, make sure he doesn't fall into the water for a third time.
Yeah.
It actually looks like Darkman has 2 lives left since he got the 1-up in Gemini. He must have gotten another 1-up at some point as well.
Ace is on.
And Darkman getting hit by the Stomper there, that's actually kind of scary for the fight, because Gemini, since there are 2 Geminis, you know, you're going to get really close and you might get hit a few times. Darkman at 2 health right now.
All right, he's through. Gemini's the hardest of the 8 robots, so he's through. So that's a positive for him.
That was very nicely done. Very careful jumping there to jump over Gemini at the end.
Right, this race is...
Yeah, Cab is in the lead now, but still anyone's race, really.
He has the hard Gemini come, and top is, well, let's see, what is Magnet's pretty easy, I guess.
Perhaps to Mr. Cab's advantage in the last screen of Gemini, Mr. Cab goes for Rush Marine automatically, so not going to be going across the top, having to worry about those slides, but that'll be for the next stage here. We're going to see him go across this final parachute section, and we can just see how much easier it is with Magnet. You kill all these parachutes as they're near the top of the screen. Don't need to worry about that.
Alright. You see one of the easier stages, I suppose, that Darkman's going through right now. That's a good stage to kind of calm yourself down after the difficulties of Gemini.
Yeah, widely called Friedel in some circles.
Yeah. Even if you make a few mistakes in Needle, you're just losing a small amount of time per mistake. You're not dying in Needle.
Yeah, there's only really kind of the one big pit section in Needle, and nobody really dies in it. and the rest of the stage is flat, so you pretty much make it through regardless of the number of mistakes you have.
All right, Gemini for Cab now. Pretty easy fight for Darkman on Needle.
Yep, no Nadua lasers, it looked like. Very nicely done. He had a one bank shot off the right side wall, but did not get that to go across the screen, which is really what you can hope for, is not have to lose a few seconds to having the laser bounce around.
Cab has the freedom to use magnet missiles that Darkman doesn't have on the first screen of Gemini. He got caught in some lag there on the penguin.
Yep, but he makes it through. We'll see if he gets the proto skip here. Pretty easy trick to do. You slide across from the previous screen and you jump at the end of your slide. Saves about 15-ish seconds across the 10 seconds of the cutscene, plus all the seconds of lag that you get from having music on the rest of the stage.
No zip attempt from Cab either. I think he's just. My guess is that he's just going to try to play solid. I guess that's his general strategy anyway. You see him actually, because the dragonflies do less damage than the actual machine, so he's actually taking about 2 seconds or so just to take either the dragonfly or the penguin than the penguin machine.
We might even see him get the health here. It looks like he does get it.
Yeah. Seems to be his. Oh, look at this.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Ah.
I could have sworn he used the Rush Marine.
There he goes. Oh, he goes down.
Oh, he is. Okay.
All right.
There are a few double blocks at the beginning section of the last screen, so maybe this is just some...
It makes it so you don't have to get weapon energy for it. You can go through freely without even... That seems a pretty safe strat. Cab is really looking into safe strats here to get... That's why he's got those consistent times. Yeah,
very safe, and even since he didn't switch to Marine right away, getting the ability to slide across a couple of platforms definitely helped.
That's a very... Again, that makes sense why he has all these consistent times now.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we've been so focused on Cabs. Darkman seemed to got through Magnet Man without problems, although he didn't get a good pattern on him, so he got a bad kill and he wasn't in the center. But that's minor time loss. Yeah.
Speaking about center kills in this game, since you lose control right when you kill the Robot Master, your goal is to get as close to the middle as possible so that there's no walking animation after you kill the boss to get to the middle. It's a lot more important in Snake and Spark since they're platforms that Mega Man has to jump up on, but it's still very important in the other stages to try to be as close to the middle as possible.
After this stage, they'll be in the same position with 2 Robot Masters to go, so we'll be able to see who definitely is ahead and who's behind after this stage. Darkman got into Hardman quicker, I think, I think he got in there quicker, but Needle is shorter.
Needle is, in fact, just a little bit shorter stage. So we'll see these players kind of converge onto each other's routes here. We typically see Snake into Spark, but we've seen some runners opt to go for Spark first. It's really kind of up to your own options, because there are no weapons that you need to use that you get in the other stage, so it's kind of mutual choice. Doesn't really change the amount of time that you would gain or lose by picking one over the other.
Alright, Cab's into the boss room first. Darkman gonna be about 10 seconds behind? 10, 15? Let's see.
Yeah. Cab being a little bit bad pattern there. You don't want Needle to jump that high.
Yeah.
Darkman opting not to get hit here. You can get hit if you have enough health to kill Hardman a lot faster with your magnet.
I got about 13 seconds difference between the two going into these equal stages.
Yeah. This is a really close race, you know. 6 robot masters in, that's 13 seconds apart. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
So we'll see how their Snake Man stage execution is. The first screen is a very difficult screen to get all those precise shots in on all the enemies while getting all your slides in that you can.
Yeah. It's hard to just say anything. I'm just watching like all sort of bated breath here. This is an exciting match so far.
Yeah. It actually looks like Mrcab having a little bit of an issue in this screen here, having to basically land. He landed on rush, and so he had to get off by going into the menu, which allows Darkman to get just a tad closer to him.
A bunch of lag reducing strats in Snake Man. This is one of the biggest, I guess, for just a general observation, one of the stages where you see lag the most.
Yeah. Laggy, and a lot of very precise movement options that you had to take into consideration. We saw Cab get hit by the pole vault enemy there. So if your slide chaining is not up to snuff, you know, you'll see some of those issues with getting hit by those enemies. Darkman, however, doing a little bit better, not getting hit here. So only about not even a full screen behind. We'll be seeing them on the same screen right now.
Yep. So gate. Let's take a look at the gate here. Cab has a gate of
16-12.
12. And Darkman not going after the crazy strat here like everybody else in the tournament.
10 seconds.
10 seconds difference. So 2 seconds gained by Darkman here. Now he does have the better PB, so we would expect that, but Cab's got the more consistent time, even though their times have been so equal.
Yeah, so this is
living up to the billing.
This is really this is really exciting.
Right. Spark is widely considered the easiest stage. Why is that?
Spark, pretty straightforward stage. Once you get the hang of the last section in the stage, there is a very scary for casual runner, but section at the end of the stage. But once you know where you're supposed to slide and jump at the end of Sparkman stage, you're usually pretty safe to go through the rest of it. There is the case of magnet management in the stage, as we're going to see Mrcab switch to magnet here. You really want to save 4 magnets for the end of the stage so that you have enough to get rid of a lag block at the end. But that's just something that's very important to keep track of as you go throughout the stage. It's very closely routed so that you do have enough magnets for that.
Right. I've been kind of paying attention to Cab here. He's doing a lot of slide weight things, which is kind of feels like it's kind of been a little bit choppy so far. Darkman is probably doing a little bit more.
Might be just of a case that he's not as comfortable with chaining his slides together. It's really hard to get your next slide in after your previous slide ends. Darkman with exactly enough ammo to kill the lag block there. Meanwhile, Mrcab going through the last section, getting hit there. It's always scary.
18-20.
No!
Oh, landed too far onto that pillar, didn't he?
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he just slid off of a pillar that he was supposed to jump on. So, Darkman, thadarkman, unfortunately taking a death there. Gonna be losing around 20 seconds. Even switching to Rush Jet here, just to be sure that he makes it across. You can see how laggy the screen is with Rush Jet on it.
Yeah. So, your Cab, you just see this. Does this change how you're playing?
I think Cab has been going with safe, consistent strategies so far, so no reason to really change what he's doing. I don't think he's going to be taking any riskier turns here, we might see Darkman, go for some more risky strats to try to make back some time, but it's really Mr. Cab's race to lose right now, so as long as he just kind of stays steady here, he should hopefully be able to maintain this lead going into, the Wily stages and the end of the game, but, we are in the dock stages now, and just like that,
Ooh, I saw that coming too.
Darkman is now caught up.
Yeah.
This first screen in Gemini is brutal.
I've said this on plenty of times on when I've done this. I think I've done 9 or something like that matches where you'll see Gemini in Dog Gemini, and I think 6 people have died. So it's been brutal.
Yep. And that was at the end of this extremely long screen as well, so that was one of the worst times that he could have died, because once you make it past that part, the rest of the ground is solid up until the end of the stage here, so...
Wow. 7 seconds difference right now.
Yeah. We're gonna see him on the same screen. It's now, again, a very close race. Cab probably kind of sad about that.
Yeah.
Looks like there is a new lag reduction strategy in this screen right before Flashman, but we don't see a lot of people. We haven't seen a lot of people incorporate that into their own play yet, since it was found not even, I believe, a week ago, less than a week ago. But it saves half a second or something like that.
All right. Ooh, he gets the kill near the end of Darkman.
Yeah,
that's a nice kill there. Oh, folks, we're on the same screen, a few seconds apart. Let's see if Darkman goes for any crazy strats here. Oh, they're all going. They're both.
We'll be seeing them go for slides here. Damage boosting off these enemies. You can damage boost and live on spikes there. So both players making it through. Darkman on the next screen having a little bit of trouble killing the first enemy. You can climb on the ladder, but it's a very tight climb. You have to kill the first enemy. Mr. Cab being safe through this ladder room. Darkman a little bit faster, and this is this is what we call a race.
Yeah.
Entering the boss corridor at the exact same time.
More than halfway through the game, they're starting at the same time.
Yep,
wow.
This is...
Both get bad pattern.
This is pretty crazy.
Darkman with a half-second faster kill.
Just barely.
All right, you got to give the advantage to Darkman here, right? Because he's got the better PB.
Yeah, we did see Darkman gain time on that stage since Mr. Cab did take that early death, but if Darkman takes a death somewhere along the line...
Ooh, they're switching up here.
Yep, you'll see Gemini first, but really the dock orders don't matter. It's just if you're doing, RTA attempts, you want to get the hardest stages over first so that you reset if you have a bad stage. But the dock stages really are up to each player's own kind of preferences in what they think is maybe the hardest or what they want to do in terms of a route.
At this point, you can't really, since you're so focused on your own, gameplay, you can't really pay attention to what the other racer is doing until the end of a stage, right?
With a race as close as this, you're just gonna be going. If they both saw how close they were, they just need to stick with what they're comfortable with and make it through to the end, pretty much.
Fight for Cab on air.
Yeah,
he missed a shot.
Very nicely done. He didn't take a lot of damage, which you can.
I was a little bit worried that Darkman didn't get that cycle, but he got it, so that's good.
Yeah. Darkman actually switching to Magnet here, it looks like. So the next screen with the parachutes is kind of tight on Magnet usage, so you need a couple drops to basically fulfill yourself getting across.
Yeah, you got it. He's good.
Yeah, you saw he got 2 drops there. He had 1 ammo left, so very, very nicely done getting those lucky drops. Otherwise, he would have had to take a damage boost at the end there. Meanwhile, Cab here Needle a pretty long stage, as there are a lot of sections that you have to go across.
Nice. Ooh, was that a 30-30? I think that was a 30-30 for Darkman there.
I missed it, unfortunately.
It's like yeah, because it was so fast.
Yeah, that was probably why. Heatman can have a pattern of 30, 60, or 90 frames, similar to in Mega Man 2. So if he got 2 30s, that is quite the feat.
Yeah, it's a couple seconds saved right there.
Yeah, over 90s, that is literally a second each. So
good fight there for Cab.
Yeah, so they're briefly on the same stage here.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Cab goes for. It looked like he went to Spark.
Yeah. We won't know, and we wouldn't know who's ahead until both of them hit their Proto Man split, right?
Yeah. I don't know if Darkman actually has a Breakman split.
We'll make one for him.
Cab does. Very vocal advocate for having a Breakman split.
Alright.
Cab waiting there for the last Spark thing in that screen for Spark. You don't really want to wait there. It's definitely kind of scary.
Darkman looks a little bit low on health. That usually happens a lot here because you're getting hit by Airman so much.
Yeah, Airman can deal a lot of damage just due to the fact that his pattern is random, and sometimes with the pattern that you're given, you'll just get hit. But hopefully he'll make it through the big Mets at the end of the stage. That's really the big issue, kind of going into the last half of Doc Needle. Meanwhile,
like
Mr. Cab here.
He didn't go for the music despawn.
Yeah. Music despawn, a little bit scary. Darkman, it looks like he used an E-Tank. Definitely a good idea to make it through this last couple screens here. Meanwhile, Mr. Cab has plenty of magnet to kill this block right here.
I could have killed the first one too. You had enough.
Yeah.
Is that 3?
You usually want to kill the second block because that's the buffer in between the first and third blocks, and so if you have 2 blocks on screen, it's pretty laggy. But if you just have the one, it's not as big.
Look at this. There's things going into this fight. They're on different fights, but they only...
Yeah. Mr. Cab with a little bit harder fight, but that was...
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right, so, looks like Darkman had maybe a little bit of a faster menuing into Spark, but they're... Oh, no, one Spark into Shadow. Which one's faster, Spark or Shadow?
I'm not entirely sure. I think Shadow might be a little bit, but I could be completely wrong. Fastest CC, the world record holder, is in chat, so he could tell us which one is faster. If only he was in this commentary desk right now. But Mr. Cab, by the way, getting the music despawn in this stage, it's pretty easy to get. Since there is a 100% consistent setup for it, and also a very consistent setup as well, if you slide from a certain pixel.
Can either player recover from a death?
Mr. Cab using Rush Jet here for the second half. Ooh, Darkman getting a Nadua laser there, unfortunately.
Can either player recover from a death at this point?
There is still the possibility of time save past the dock stages. There is the Yellow Devil fight, which could be extremely costly for anyone that does not get a 1 cycle, since it loses 18 or 20 seconds.
So I'm having a little bit of a struggle there.
Yeah, both players getting through the first half of their respective stages. And the end half of both of these stages is pretty quick, so it's really, really close. This is one of the closest races, if not the closest we've had so far this tournament, at least right now. Darkman very low on health, though. And so hopefully he has an E-Tank, because this is one of the scariest fights. Switching to Shadow Blade here, this is something you do not see very often.
Right, looks like Cab is first into heat, and first into his... Okay, there's the E-Tank you expected.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure why he switched to Shadow Blade there, but having an extra menu there means he's going to be slower getting into the Wily stages than Cab is as he finishes up a Doc Heat here.
So a slight lead for Cab. We'll see what happens at the Proto Split. And break. See, Cab knows what's up.
Yep. 30-01.
Yeah.
It looks like. Shouts to IBN Computing.
30-09. Or right at the edge there.
8 to 9
seconds. Yeah, something
so
like
7 seconds behind is Darkman.
All right, that could be. They could play the exact same, and Turtles could determine the outcome of the race from this point on.
Yeah, Turtles, Yellow Devil.
Yeah.
Really, this is it's another close race we've got on our hands.
Yeah. What happens in anything important to worry about in why they won before the Turtles?
Oh, yes, there is the water section in the beginning part of this stage that you may take damage boosts from the penguin enemies to slide across, kind of like you did in Gemini. But if you have a mishap here, looks like Cab opting to go above the water just to be safe. Darkman sliding here, so it's always very scary.
Yeah, it looked like he had kind of a clip into the actual wall, too. That might have cut down his iframes, too, a little bit.
Yep, so Darkman just a screen behind here of Mr. Cab, and now on the same screen.
You can tell on some of these actual sections, though, that Darkman does seem to have a little bit tighter control on like the slide chaining, and what do you call it? Would you slide A and B jumping at the same time?
Yep.
Attacking while jumping.
Yep.
Let's see if they go to top here. Yep, they both go to top.
I do imagine that both players will be going to top. So yeah, so RNG here, a pretty significant factor. The Kamagoro Maker can go left and right across the screen. Mr. Cab with
8
pretty good pattern.
So yeah. I think nothing but bad patterns for Darkman.
Yeah, Darkman.
Oh man, 4 straight left, and I think all of them have been
32 of 7.
Okay. Man.
32-17, it looks like 32-18 even, so 11 seconds behind. 10 or 11 seconds behind. Losing some time on that stage against Mr. Cab.
A lot of that.
But this is the great equalizer right here, is the Yellow Devil.
Do you know if Cab usually goes for it?
Both of these players do go for easy.
Bees!
Oh, wow. Actually, not the bees could spell some pretty happy times for Darkman here.
No, this is
They are now in the same spot.
Oh, this is not good for Cab. Look at this lag difference. Get away with those bees.
Darkman.
The bees are still there. It's taking the lead. Bees
Not the
have
bees.
done it.
Not the bees, Cab. Will you get easy? Do you have it in you? Does Darkman have it in him? I don't even want to talk right now. This is just it's too much pressure.
Good.
Looks like Darkman gets easy. Cab with a good setup here. First jump is good. Second jump is good.
Easy. Okay, well, it's a race still. We still got refights to go, right?
Yep. There are a few difficult spots here in Wily 3. Darkman mismenuing. That mismenuing could cost him the race. Getting the jump in the KLM room between the second and third bullets, that is very difficult to do. Saves a little bit of time. Cab waiting for the third bullet there. So Cab falling further behind here in the KLM room.
I think at this point you just go with what you know, because you know it's close.
Yep.
You just gotta, do what's in your comfort zone.
Keep in mind, this is to make it out of your group. Fast at CC pretty
Yeah,
secure in his first place. And then, unfortunately, Infinite Mystery, also with a few losses under his belt.
This isn't
going to be
I
out
said
of
at the beginning.
One of these players is going to make it. One of them is not.
Like Darkman had a really good Wily 3. Although he missed the shot there.
Missing the shot, since you have top equipped already, you just basically top spin into the clone. But losing a few seconds there.
Yeah. At this point, seconds matter.
Seconds do matter. It really is down to if you have good refights or not. Wow, this is
Looked like a 7-second difference going into refights.
Yeah.
The dual laser is enough to is almost 7 seconds.
Yeah, if you have two bad lag lasers there, or in the Gemini fight, that could just
1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3 for Darkman.
End of your race.
Nice clips there. Let's see how Cab does.
Slides at the end are very
0 for 1, 0 for 2, 0 for 3. So some time for Darkman there.
Are they like 4-frame slides? I think I've heard. I'm not entirely sure.
Pattern for
Yeah, Darkman had a little bit of trouble jumping over Snake here. Cab with a little bit faster Snake fight there, it looks like. A pretty solid shadow kill there from Darkman. Let's see how Cab does. Darkman gonna try to get the 2 cycle here on top. Very nicely done. Not even a refight in between both of these players.
yeah.
Mr. Cab with the 2 cycle as well. Darkman getting the solid hard kill there.
Yeah,
Getting
looked good
damage boosted through. This is crazy.
Oh.
Mr.
we
Cab
expected,
missing.
though.
This actually could be really bad. No, Mr. Cab, don't do that. Did he?
He just soft locked.
No,
Okay.
okay.
Well, man.
That's scary. I wasn't sure if he was frozen or not. But still,
Awesome time. Yeah.
losing time there.
Oh, there it
You
comes.
do a laser as well.
Right.
You know, it could be a question of getting health or not getting health here. Now, there is also a discussion in the next Wily stage, if you get a 1 cycle or not. Darkman making it through the refights. We'll see what time he beams out at. Cab with 1 refight left in Spark after this. 37-21 it looked like. So we'll see how far Cab is. But this is now Darkman's race to lose.
Yep. Those bees, though, that was a good 10 seconds at least.
Yeah. So Darkman here going for the Snake quick kill. We'll be seeing him shoot 2 lag snakes, jump up, and hopefully get the 1 jump. Looks like he does. So things are looking grim for Mr. Cab.
Oh.
But we don't want to count him out just yet because Gamma is also a pretty scary fight sometimes if you do not get your kills. They are on Rockman 3. So actually Mr. Cab messing this up.
Yeah.
It looked like something happened there, so he's gonna have to switch here.
Yeah, he was.
Looks like he's switching to hard. So unfortunately, this gives Darkman the opportunity to win the race here.
There it goes. And there it is. 38.
34.
What does RaceBot say?
I do not know, unfortunately.
This is Cab's best run of the tournament that Darkman just got now. To the second.
To the second. Incredible.
Yeah. So, you know, if this went to a tiebreaker for any reason, they have the best. These guys were evenly matched. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah. For sure.
Went with Snake.
Oh, Snake. swag kill here.
And there it is.
39-22, not even a minute apart.
Yeah. With just, kind of trying to swag finish. I mean, it was within 20 seconds, pretty much the entire match.
Yeah, what a race.
Yeah.
Let's just say, if any of these players didn't take one of the deaths that they took, could have swung the other way, or at least for Cab if he hadn't taken one of the deaths that he did.
Yeah, it was a 1 death difference for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. Well,
Glad I came on to see that one.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, hey, they're doing this on Monday. I'm excited.
And reason to be excited was that match right there. So
as we mentioned, unfortunately, this will knock Cab out of the tournament. Darkman will jump into the second qualifying slot out of Group A with a best time of, I don't think that moves him ahead of anybody that might be in second place. There was one that hadn't, there's one that was close, but they were still already ahead going in. So he'll probably be like somewhere around the third best, somewhere around there. Oh, look at that nice stone man right there. Nice little happy stone man. So when he hits, he'll probably be facing like the third or right around the third worst number 1 qualifier out of a group. So
yeah.
good chance of moving on, of winning his next matchup.
Yeah. I just have a big smile on my face right now, that race.
Is it as big as Stone Man?
Yeah. yeah, it's beaming with joy. Kind of sad that there aren't many Mega Man 3 matches coming up, as we're kind of nearing the end of the group stages here in the Mega Man 3 tournament. It seems like we still have one group. It looks like Tokyo beat Casio, but Group L has quite the number of matches left. And
so he hasn't actually done a match. They've had 2 withdrawals, though.
Oh, yes.
So.
Oh, wow, they haven't played yet. It's just that when people dropped, it looked like they were making it through. So yeah, we have a couple groups still pending on some matches, but it does look like we're getting kind of a clearer picture as to some of the players that are advancing here. So
there's a Group L match scheduled for Saturday.
Yep, Tokyo versus Tiki on Saturday.
And then next Monday, we have Meteor Wave, which I don't think I've done anything but Meteor Wave matches, and Andy and 4H.
Yep.
Who is absolutely terrible at Bubble Bobble. I want to let you guys know that right now. I'm the best at Bubble Bobble. He's
Shots fired.
Even though I play second player and he plays first player, Anyway.
As that stuff's winding down, the Ori tournament is ramping up here on Speed Gaming. We have a couple matches tomorrow with some really good players, Hydra and Gromelios. Hetfield and Odeon. Hetfield himself, an experienced Mega Man runner. He is a Mega Man X runner of the past, but now playing Ori and trying to clean house in that game. But very exciting stuff coming up.
That's man, I'm exhausted. The same way I was after the 3 races we did last week.
Yeah, this one race was enough to get the blood pumping for sure.
Is there anything else coming on Speed Gaming tonight?
I don't believe anything tonight, but there is going to be more X2 coming up tomorrow, I believe.
I don't have that up.
I
don't have that up. I should have. Let's see. Right here. That's it. I can give you a list right about. Yeah, that should do it for that. We got MX2 tomorrow, MX2 Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and Shovel Knight at 11 p.m. Eastern. This same time slot on Wednesday.
Yep. So
what's up next couple days?
Tomorrow, the Hydra versus Gromelios match for Ori is going to be at 7 o'clock EST, The Hetfield Odeon match is going to be 3 hours after that they're in PST right now, and I'm trying to do math in my head. 10 p.m. EST, which is going to be right pretty much after the X2 match.
All right. So I think that will. I mean, there's not much more you can say about this race, I suppose, because it was just it was a
well played to both players. Unfortunately, Mr. Cab, like the 46 Row-Up Master Tournament, getting some pretty unfortunate bracket luck.
Yeah. There's always going to be like in World Cup type play. There's always going to be this so-called bracket of death.
Yep,
there's been a couple of them. So
Group A just so happened to be that group for Mr. Cab.
Yeah. Right. I got to think of. Let's see. I see this nice, pretty little stone man here. Oh God, I can't remember the name of the weapon. What's the name of his weapon? Someone help me out here in chat. What's the name of his weapon?
Yeah, Power Stone. That's
Power
it.
Stone.
Yeah.
All right. Go play some Power Stone. Power Stone 2. That one's a good one too. Power Stone 2 is one I played a lot. Anyway, go play some Power Stone 2, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday for more Mega Man 3.